Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, in this video I will explain about natural selection. How species change over time. My name is Della Cahyaningrum. I'm from biology program of Rinji State University of Malang. The first is the relation between evolution and natural selection. The first one is evidence for evolution illustrates how organisms are related. Natural selection leads to evolution, and then our understanding of evolution has changed over time. So, what is the evolution? Evolution is a changes in the gene frequency of a population over a period of time. And what is about natural selection? Natural selection is the theory that states that those organisms best adapt to their environment have a better chance of surviving and reproducing. So only those who are able to adapt to their environment are left behind, and fellow living beings will compete with each other to defend their lives. This is an example of a natural selection. The example is on Betuleria moth. So this is the story. White Betuleria moth before the Industrial Revolution era were more numerous than black Betuleria moth. But after the Industrial Revolution era, the number of white Betuleria moth was less than the black Betuleria moth. This happens because of the inability of white Betuleria moth to adapt to the new environment. At the time before the revolution in England, the air in England was still free from industrial fumes, so the population of black moths decreased because they could not adapt to their environment. But after the Industrial Revolution era was begun, the air in England became darkened by industrial smoke and dust, so it was a dirty place. So the population of a white moth decreased because they could not adapt to the environment, consequently easily captured by their predators. The next is the factors that affecting natural selection. The first is food. We all need food, right? Because so we cannot live without food. Food is primary need for living things. So all living things on this earth need food to survive. The next one is environment. In environment there are adaptation, and in adaptation it's morphological adaptation. What is that? Morphological adaptation is about adaptation is a way for organisms to cope with the pressures of their immediate environment to survive. So organisms that are able to adapt to their environment must be able to do the following. The first one is get water and food. The second is overcome the physical condition of the environment, and then define life from its natural enemies. Then they can reproduce exactly, and finally respond to change that occur around it. Organisms that are able to adapt will survive, whereas those that are not able to adapt will face extinction or scarcity of species. This is the example of morphological adaptation. There are bird beaks and bird legs. This can be seen clearly in our life. So according of their food and where to look for their food, this is the difference of morphological adaptation. The next one on adaptation is about physiological adaptation. Physiological adaptation is adaptation which covers the function of body tools. This adaptation can be in the form of an enzyme produced by an organism. So I took example of ruminant animals. There is a cow, there is lamb, there is horse. That ruminant animals can have cellulose enzymes produced by ruminant animals. The next one on adaptation is about behavior adaptation. Behavior adaptation is adaptation in the form of behavior change. Now, this is the example of behavior adaptation. The first picture is about whale that occasionally come out to the surface to remove air. So this whale is about, So the whale comes up to air to breathe. And the second picture is that chameleons change the color of their skin to resemble the place that was seized. The next one in the factor that affecting natural selection is about environmental temperatures. Environmental temperatures is greatly influence natural selection factors because not all living things have the same body temperatures as environmental temperatures. For example, there is a polar bear and unta. If there is a cold area or polar region, the animals must have very thick fur. So this polar bear has thick fur. And then, whereas the animals that live in tropics generally have their thin fur, and unta have thin fur, so they can adapt in their life in their region successfully. So this is the end of my presentation. It's about history of discovery. Natural selection was discovered by Robert Charles Darwin. So, the theory of evolution by natural selection, which was first formulated in Darwin's books on the origin of species in 1859, is the process by which organisms change from time to time as a result of change in physical traits or behaviors that can be inherited. The theory of natural selection has the concept that species that successfully adapt well will continue to survive, while those that cannot adapt will become extinct. So that's my presentation. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.